Oh, how is everyone doing today? Now, I've got a lot of plans for 2018. I'm on my morning walk trying to stay fit. I just got down to 214. I'm not trying to put that weight back on. I'm so, well, not, excuse me, 314. I'm trying to get into the 200s. That's my goal. Eventually, if I could be, I don't know if it's healthy, but I'd like to be at least maybe 150, 160. And build up whatever my body is lacking in muscle. But my Supergirl figure, I think, will be here today. I think it's a holiday, so I know the United States Post Office doesn't doesn't do mail on holidays. Like Thanksgiving, because I know if we were technically off for 4 days at the school district. I'm technically off for 5 because I took a personal day because I didn't want to put that on my homeboy. He was going to be taking the personal day Wednesday, and he didn't feel like getting up, so I didn't want to bother him, stress him out. So I took a personal day, talked to my boss. He said it's cool. Oh, it's just gonna be weird though. Monday, going to a new school, new boss, and I've heard so many bad things about this new boss. I've never met the lady before, but I got to be like Man Steel, Superman. True. Besides truth, justice, and American way, just never back down. Superman. I wouldn't have you known Superman to surrender, ever. Anyways, my Supergirl Square Enix figure should be either here today or tomorrow. I think tomorrow because today's a holiday. But as I went back to read the description, and this would probably be after I finish my wish list or playlist or whatever you call it when you save items from Wish.com, save them to buy them later. I'll probably end up stop shopping with Wish. I have nothing wrong with buying products from China, and it says the quality is great and all that. And it could be. I mean, I bought a few products from Wish. More likely clothing, and one of the items was too small, and they said it was a 3X. I can wear a 2X, but the reason why I buy a 3X is that extra wiggle room. But I was hoping I was getting a legitimate Square Enix figure. Like from Square, like Japan or the US. But here I'm getting a Chinese version, which is probably a reproduction. It didn't really say too much. It said brand new, never used Chinese version. And yeah, that's cool and everything. I know that the Transformer KOs, the knockoffs from China, are highly detailed, but it's hard when you buy a knockoff Square Enix figure. And I may have to have one of my friends appraise it because I like I said, I'm not a big Batman fan. I like Batman because that was the first superhero cartoon I saw as a kid. Traditional Batman. But nowadays, Batman's kind of going overboard, and if anyone wants to start an argument, I'm just for the heck of it, I'm gonna let you know he's too OP. He doesn't even have powers, and the character's OP, man. Like, it's crazy. But people can say the same thing about Superman. He's too OP. But it's hard because I strictly like Superman. I don't do Batman, but I like the sidekicks. I do like the sidekicks and some of the villains. I have my own favorite little, my own little roster, but I was never a Dark Knight fan. I was, maybe when I was a kid, yeah, but as I got older, I more likely respect the Robins. And that includes all the different variations like Nightwing, Red Hood, Red Robin, all that good stuff. Batgirl, Batwoman, Batwing. You could probably say I'm a closet Batman fan, but I'm really not. I made that mistake of trying to be one for Kathy, but I know my roots, and I know that I'm a Man of Steel fan, and I only like the Robins. Anyways, back to the topic. I just found out they're releasing a Square Enix Rogue Batman line, and those figures are not cheap. When I was looking on Amazon and Big Bad Toy Store, those figures run from to about 100 and something to 200. and then you haven't even factored in shipping. So I wanted to get the Batman Rogue line, which is basically certain villains of the Batman who are dressed up as Batman. Like there's a Mr. Freeze Batman that looks hella cool. Well, like I said, I'm just going off that childhood nostalgic, like Batman the Animated Series. That was my shit back in the day. And then, like I said, I don't like the demographic that they have nowadays. I don't know what happened. Maybe I lost my way. I used to be really into Batman as a kid. Like I said, now I just get the comics or read them just in case Wonder Woman or one of the Robins show up or Superman shows up in it, or see one of my favorite Batman villains. But if you asked me to sit down and watch Batman Beyond, I would. That was one of my favorite shows growing up. The animated series, heck yeah. That's probably the main reason why I've gotten back into reading Batman, because DC brought back the animated series, comic series, which is, I guess, a gimmick, but good stuff. Good stuff, because I don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, I guess I'm picky when it comes to the Dark Knight. I have my own favorite version of the Dark Knight because there's multiple variations of the dadgum Dark Knight. So I guess the animated series was my favorite. And I like the 90s Batman comics, and I was okay with the Dark Knight Begins and all that. But, what can I say? Superman was pretty good, I guess. People gave bad reviews of Superman Returns. But you cannot like one aspect of the Trinity and not find something else within the other counterparts of it that you like about it. Like I love Wonder Woman and Superman. Those are two of my favorite characters. But if you go back in the comic book series, Wonder Woman has been with Batman and Superman, and so the reason why people are getting upset at me because I buy the Outlaws and the Dark Trinity series because it's got Red Hood, Bizarro, and Artemis in it. But I mean, while y'all are reading Batman, I'm trying to get caught up on my Black Panther, man, because everyone gets on my nerves about this. Oh, Black Panther's basically the black version of Batman. No, there's different similarities. Yeah, they're both rich, but the difference is Black Panther is not that arrogant. He does, there's different things about that. Billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne, T'Challa, Prince of Wakanda. Which different. There's components, different elements. T'Challa was never, prideful like a lot of people. If you want to say that Marvel counterpart for Batman would be Iron Man, I hate to say that, but it's true. Marvel's Superman, which I think would be Captain America, but because I don't like the attempts they've done, like the Sentient was alright, but Hyperion, for Pete's sake, stop, Marvel, stop. No one likes Hyperion. You did a good job making him a villain, but no, just drop him. Bring back some of the old characters. Bring back Sleepwalker. Bring back the Thought Police. Was it Night Trasher? Stuff from the 80s and 90s era. Make that old continuity current again. But yeah, I read a lot of comics now, and we got our own lines going on, a few projects going on. People are trying to say that my character I'm creating is the Batman of our universe. I'm like, not really. I mean, there's similarities, which other companies have similarities to the characters, but he's his own entity. So if you get a chance to, you gonna get, because we got our own little Trinity going on, because each company has got their own Trinity. You may want to keep an eye out for Lone, Atom, and then Celestial. I can't really tell y'all too much. And then I'm gonna do a favor for my friend. I know he hurt his hands and all that. I'm probably gonna pick up a few of his old comic projects he was doing for Wild Heart Inc. and keep those going. Oh yeah, no, I haven't forgot about Wild Heart Inc. That went dead for a little bit on my old Facebook. What I'm doing is bringing all these separate projects under one roof. See, what I'm trying to do is bring everything under Shine Ryu, and it's still making Prodigal Son its own company where we sell our merch. So it'd be like a website where we sell our merchandise, but comics, anime, trading cards, anything I've said I was going to work on through the years and haven't had a time, or recently, Shine Ryu will cover all that, including films. Mainly our projects would be films, but Shine Ryu will be picking up those old projects. So, Robert, don't worry, brother. Your characters are not going to die. I refuse to allow them to stay in the tomb. My own characters have been locked in the vault, so don't feel bad, man. I'm almost 11 years out of practice when it comes to drawing. I'm gonna have to get back into that if I can get some time. Probably buy some reference books, get a few drawing books to get back in the swing of it, because it's not like riding a bike, y'all. It's not. Anyways, this your boy, Mr. Lone. Not using my actual name, because I'll be legally changing it probably next year as well. But it's Mr. Lone. I'll use my little stage name for rap and all that. Signing off. Y'all have a great day. Sorry for the 11 minute video or whatever.